Hey, good morning, channel. Welcome back. It is a crisp fall morning, about 53 degrees here in North Texas. And I'm going to take a ride with you soon today in search of some fall colors. And what better way to do it than to hop on the Goldwing and see what we can find. Now, I know most of you guys who follow my channel follow for motorcycle content. I wish my photography content did as well. There's just not as many enthusiasts about photography as there is about motorcycles, but I love both of those families, and it's something I'm passionate about, both of them. So I will continue to do both. Today's going to be a little bit of mix of both of those. We're gonna take the bike around and see if we can't find some fall colors to shoot, because I missed my trip to Colorado this year, but fall has come and gone in Colorado now and is making its way down to North Texas. And I'm hoping I can find some beautiful shots this morning. Anyway, so welcome you guys. I want to start out this morning by giving a shout out to my Texas Rangers, the World Series champions. Oh my goodness, I have been watching the Rangers since 1972 when I was 7 years old, and they came in from Washington, from the Washington Senators, became the Texas Rangers. And shoot, I got so many memories of the Texas Rangers from the very early days in that earlier Turnpike Stadium, later named Arlington Stadium, where I can remember doing high school term papers in the outfield while watching the game. I remember going to games as a family group, and my grandparents were kind of crazy. In the seventh inning stretch, when they would do the Cotton Eye Joe, they would be out in the middle of the aisles dancing and everybody watching. It was hilarious and fun. To 1996, 97, 98. When they made it to the playoffs, and I was there with my face painted. I think I was there with my brother, just having a great time. They lost that year. And then in 2010, 2011, when they made it to the World Series and got down to their last strike, all they had to do was throw one more strike. And they did this twice. One more strike is all they needed. They would have won the World Series back in 2011, I believe was the year. Anyway, they couldn't, and they ended up losing that World Series, and that was a tough one. And then this latest World Series this year, just fun to watch. This team is so dynamic, and anyway, shout out to them. I wish my dad was still here to have seen them win the World Series, but I checked that box sometime in my life. I wanted to see my Texas Rangers win the World Series, and they did. I am so happy. What other news do I have for you today? I'm selling a lens. One of my beloved lenses. It was an EF, which means it's the old Canon DSLR format. I went to mirrorless. I had an EF 70 to 200 2.8. Now that's a telephoto zoom, and at 2.8 aperture, it allows you to take beautiful shots with blurred bokeh background, and in amazingly low light you can get some great shots. I love that lens. I was so happy when I got that lens, but I moved to mirrorless, and to use it I would need an adapter. It was already heavy because it was 2.8, had a lot of glass in it, big glass. It was already heavy, and with the adapter made it even heavier. And when I moved to mirrorless, I'm like, I'm not going to sell this. I'm just going to use the adapter. But you know what? I have found now over a year with mirrorless that I never pull the 70 to 200 EF lens out of the closet. I just never use it, and that's an expensive lens to just sit in the closet and never use. So I am selling it back to a company called KEH. If you don't know KEH, I'm not sponsored by KEH, but they're a great company. If you have camera, photo, video equipment that you want to sell, go check out KEH.com. They are honest folks. They give you a good offer and make it super simple to sell your used photo and video gear back to them. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them, but I have used them for years. And when I switched over to mirrorless, I sold all of my DSLR equipment back to them, which helped soften the blow of the cost of the mirrorless, to be honest with you. Anyway, ship that back, and I'm waiting for them to review it, see how much they'll pay for it. They gave me an initial quote, which was fair. So we'll see how that comes out. What else? If you guys followed Cruiseman, you saw he put out a video the other day where he purchased a CarlinKit dongle for his bike that will allow to connect his phone wirelessly, so he never has to plug in his phone anymore, to connect to the bike, so that Apple CarPlay will come up and work. And he is still working through what sequence of steps to get that to work correctly, because it is a trick to do, and I'm going to show you in a minute what I do to get it working. But I had about, I don't know, a few months back, bought the CarlinKit 2 Air. Now it's called 2 Air because it works for both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It will do both of those. And it's a little more expensive than the regular CarlinKit, which is just for Apple CarPlay. I'll never have a Android, so I don't know why I bought the higher version. But anyway, all of them use the 5.0 Bluetooth to communicate. So I'm going to show you my sequence here in a minute on how I set that up and get it going. It works most of the time. Some of the time it doesn't. And when it doesn't, 15 minutes later down the road, it'll kick on automatically, like it tries again. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a trick, and I don't have a perfect secret sauce for it, but I seem to be able to get it to work. So we're going to go do that. And I'm going to put chapter markers in this video, so if you really don't care about the photography and you just want to see the ride this morning, you can get to that and skip to it. Or if you really, you know what, motorcycles are cool and all, but get to the fall photos, you'll be able to jump to that. But I really enjoy you guys tuning in this morning. I'm a small channel. I am sponsored today only by Mother Nature, and I have tried her product for a good number of decades, and I can highly recommend it. Anyway, not sponsored by anybody else. I just do this to share with you guys, and I'm glad that you enjoy it and come along with me. So let's go see if we can find some fall colors today, okay? Let's get to it. Okay guys, I'm here in the garage. I'm going to show you my sequence for setting up my communication system and getting Apple CarPlay to turn on automatically. As I said, I have the CarlinKit wireless dongle, and I've got it down here on the bike. Plugged in right there. That's what it looks like. Pretty thin, pretty small, and I just keep it right down here. I don't have to push any buttons or anything, just let it sit there, wired up. Okay, so here's my sequence. I'm going to tell you about it first, then we're going to do it. I'm going to turn on, I have the Sena SRL mesh system in this Shoei Neotech 2 helmet, so we're going to turn it on here first, and then we're going to listen for the audio cues inside the helmet. As soon as I hear the first audio cue, I will come up here and turn on the bike. And that timing between the two and that sequence seems to work, so let's give it a shot. Make sure this doesn't fall on the garage floor, that would not be good. Alright, let's turn this on and then listen for the cues.
Hello.
Alright, there's the cue. Turn the bike on. A little bit after the hello, but right before it says phone connected. Let's see if this works. Now the helmet's connected to the bike. My phone, by the way, is in my pocket. Doesn't matter where the phone is. So the Carlin should be connecting. And it is. And so this comes up. and then just automatically connects to my phone, and there we go. Have Apple CarPlay up and running, and I use Waze as my navigation. So that's the trick for me, guys. I don't know that it'll work for everybody, but turn the helmet on first, listen for the first few cues, and in between the hello and phone connected, you turn on the bike. And then the order in which everything connects seems to work. So there you go. All right, let's get on the road, see if we can find some fall colors. Well, channel, as sometimes happens, my Purple Panda lav mic, when I hook it up in my helmet and to my GoPro, doesn't record anything, and that's what happened on this ride to Arbor Hills. We are on the way to Arbor Hills Nature Preserve in Plano. And what I'm talking to you guys about right here is the temperature. It's about 60 degrees, I would say, but my bike is saying 67, so I'm not sure where the thermostat is on this bike, and I was asking you guys if you knew where the thermostat was. I'm showing you the temperature right there, and so I think the thermostat is somewhere in the cowl, you know, under the fairing somewhere, because it's getting engine heat, I believe, and it always shows higher temperature than it actually is. So if you know where that temperature gauge is, leave a comment below and let me know. I think it's somewhere in there. But anyway, it was a crisp morning. Tire pressure warning system's going off there because it says I have 36 degrees pressure in my tires, and I get it when it's cold, the air pressure goes down, but I fill these things up to 41 and it seems to crank down to 36 frequently. So I was asking you guys here, do you experience that? Do you get a little bit of air bleed in your rear tire for sure, or front tire maybe even? Do you experience that? I know I do. Alright, getting onto the freeway here. I believe I was starting to discuss a video I put out last weekend where I participated in a charity ride with an organization that is near and dear to my heart. It is the organization through which my wife and I adopted our son. Anyway, they hold a charity motorcycle ride every year, and I participate just about every year. They've been doing it for 32 years. And it started over here at IKEA, which you'll see up on the right here in just a moment. But if you haven't seen it already, go back and check out that video. Some cool footage for a cool cause. Here now on the Dallas North Tollway heading towards Arbor Hills, I started discussing Cruiseman's video and how I was reading some of the comments on his video where he purchased the CarlinKit wireless dongle for his iPhone. And some of the comments were, well, how do you charge your phone on long trips? I mean, that's the purpose for plugging it in. So I was explaining to you guys what I do, the solution I had for this. I too have the CarlinKit. And what I did was I bought from QuadLock a wireless weatherproof charging station. So I got my phone on the left there hooked up to this, and it has a vibration dampening system with it too, so it doesn't hurt the phone, but it charges your phone wirelessly. So I have no wires to connect to the bike for Apple CarPlay, and I have no wires now necessary to charge my phone. So that's what I did to solve the charging issue and use the wireless CarPlay dongle. And as I pull up to this red light, I am still talking about the wireless CarPlay adapter there, and swing around so I can give you guys a shot of this from QuadLock. Works really well, holds my phone in place, very sturdy, and I have the Max phone, and like I said, with that vibration dampening system, you know, keeps any damage from happening to the phone. Alright, pulling into Arbor Hills now. We're going to find a place to park and see if we can't find some beautiful fall photography. This is a wonderful place that if you live in the North Dallas area, you should really come visit. It's got walking paths, it's got tons of acreage that is just natural forest land and nice to walk through, paths throughout. I gotta tell you, I love the size of the trunk on this bike. It takes my full face. Modular, showy Neotech 2 helmet. Got my gloves packed in there, got my riding jacket packed in there, all of it in there, and it's gonna close no problem. Just like that. Oh, it's awesome. Here's my tripod strapped down by the rock straps I was telling you about. And here we are at Arbor Hills Nature Preserve. Let's go see what we can find. Come on out, son. It's a great place for fall family photos out here. You can see there's some photographers off in the distance there. The family's out here getting some shots. I bet they wish it was a little brighter out here, number one. And number two, it's pretty chilly. Anyway, that looks like some cool stuff going on there. Got the professionals handling it. I'm not real good at shooting portraits like that. Just don't have the knack for it. I'm more of a nature photographer, so. All right, let's get going. Lots of folks out here getting their exercise. In addition to these concrete paths out here, they also have these nature paths that we're gonna see what we can find. Isn't this beautiful? We want Raccoon Run or Mockingbird Alley? I don't know, let's just pick one. I will say it's still a bit early for fall photography. I'm not seeing a lot of the leaves changing yet. Here in North Texas, I think it gets closer to, as you get closer to Thanksgiving, things really start to change. But I bet we find something beautiful to shoot in here anyway. Hello, little squirrel friend. You're not afraid of me at all, are you? I guess you are a little bit, keeping your distance. Would you like your picture taken, Mr. Squirrel? Let's see what we have here. Okay. How about this beautiful little cove here? Got a branch in front of me here, so I'm gonna have to lower the tripod in order to get the shot. But this water is so clear. Tiny little fish in there. Live their entire lives probably in this little cove. And with the blue herons I've seen around here, that lifespan may not be very long. Got to go a little lower. This branch is really interfering with the shot here. My composition. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's get our horizon level here. Whoops, wrong knob. And let's crank that down a little bit. It's a little bright. Alright, I'm on f4. This is my 24-105 lens. I'm on f4 here, ISO 100. Because I'm on a tripod, I don't need a higher ISO than that. And I've got a shutter speed of 1/25 of a second, which would be blurry handheld, but on this tripod should be fine. I have a 2-second timer on my shutter button so that my hands come off the camera and I don't add any shake to the picture by having my hand on the shutter button. So let's take the shot. All right. I just love the sound of the water through the rocks. It's just so calming. Fallen trees everywhere here. Wonder if there's another shot over there. Let's go see. Oh, wow, I quite like this. An interesting mix of things. We have a little creek running through here, and the creek bed is some of this limestone shale, and it's got a gray color to it, really pretty, that I think would have been washed out if we had bright sun today, so the clouds are helping there. But it's down below this washed out cliff ridge where a giant tree, let me see if I can show you this, a giant tree precariously balances for its life. Look at the root system here. And it's that giant, I guess that's an oak. Holy moly. There will come a day, not too distant future, where that can no longer hang on. Wow, I love that. Let's get a shot of this. Okay, I think I framed up my shot here. I'm on f8 because I want to make sure everything's in focus. It's cranked my ISO to 500 because I have auto ISO set and it's pretty dark. I have 1/15 of a second, which should be fine on the tripod. There's not a lot of like water movement that can be visible here. I think it'll be fine. I may take a bracketed shot here. I may take one that's a little dark, one that's a little lighter, just to capture those roots and combine it all in Lightroom. So let's take this shot. Focus on the wall back there. And I'm just slowing my shutter speed down here. I'm not worried about movement in the water because this shot is for their roots. So, but that's blown out the sky. But I've left room above and below here to crop a little bit, so I get rid of most of that sky. You know, these portrait photographers are onto something today. That cloud cover is a giant diffuser for the light. No harsh shadows on their subjects. Yeah, they know what they're doing. I hope their clients are very happy with what they get. Interesting little bridge here. I am a sucker for berries, and we got these beautiful berries set in front of this tree that I'm going to call the tree from hell. Look at the thorns coming off of that tree. You know, I'm big on contrast, and contrast not only light, but sometimes subject matter. Beautiful, colorful, sweet berries on a vine clinging to this dark and ominous looking tree. Let's see what kind of shot I can get here. All right, I think I'm gonna have to also focus stack this, maybe exposure stack it. I want to get those beautiful berries. So I'm focusing on the berries right now for the first shot. Shutter speed of 1/50th of a second, f8. ISO is coming in at 500. 2-second timer. The berries are moving with the wind. I think I'm gonna have to crank that shutter speed up to 1/25th. Crank that f-stop down. There we go. Because all I really need in focus right now is the berries, but I need them frozen in time. All right, here we go. 2 seconds. Got that. Now, without moving the camera at all, gonna focus now on the tree. It's gonna be hard to do. Blend these in. I'm gonna try. All right, we'll see what we can get. That's gonna be a difficult blend, I think. Okay, guys. Well, if I'm able to pull anything out of these shots, here it is. You know, I told you I love contrast. And this dead tree with its crooked branches is just beautiful, but I've shot this tree before, and when you get back and shoot it, the beauty just gets lost in the background. It's so busy behind it. It's just really hard to see it. But look at this tree, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, this guy sees beauty in dead trees. Are y'all sure you're on the right channel? There's a little pond up here. Let's go see what we can find there. Okay, here at the pond. It's a beautiful little spot. There's not much of interest here today, but I've shot this location a number of times, a couple times in the fall, and that dead tree on the other side of the pond made for a gorgeous picture once upon a time when there was, I think, more of it showing out of the water. And then over here on this side, these branches, one time I was here, had a beautiful heron or crane on it, and got a shot of that, so I'll throw that up too. All right, well guys, I'm gonna make my way back to the bike, and we'll see if there's anything beautiful on the way to capture, and then we'll head for a short ride back to the casa. So peaceful out here. Y'all really need to come check this out. These little guys are beautiful. Just got a shot of them. I'll throw that up right now. This is a popular place, so if you're going to come out early. All right, let's get on the bike and head back. Okay, Arbor Hills, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for the beauty and the peace and the exercise. We'll be back when the fall colors are a little more pronounced. There was some yellows, but I didn't see any of the vibrant oranges and the reds that normally come out. So we'll be back when those come out. But a thoroughly enjoyable morning. Arbor Hills in Plano, guys. Take the tollway to Parker and head west on Parker past Plano Presby Hospital, and you'll find it. Oh, construction. Actually looks like they're laying down asphalt, which is something they've been doing lately in Plano. And it's made the road smoother, I will say, on the ones I've been on. So much of the ground shifts in Plano. I think I heard there were natural springs underneath Plano and never-ending road work, so this must be their attempt to sort of slow that need. Oh, nothing like coming out of nature and smelling hot asphalt. Welcome back to city life. In God we trust. Oh, that's nice. Construction crew, I'm guessing. I don't know. Well, my son would love this though. Anything with lights and sirens. Lots of traffic out this morning. I have the comfort of knowing though that my Vantrue F1 dash cam is recording in front of me and behind me, in case of, God forbid, some sort of accident. I put out a video on the Vantrue, a couple of them actually. If you're curious about it, go back and find those videos. I think it's a great dash cam. Thank you guys for your service. Frisco Fire, heading back up to Frisco. Well, so much for our sun today. But like I said, the colors weren't all there today, so the sun wouldn't have mattered. But I did capture some interesting and I think beautiful stuff. Back in Frisco now. My, how this place has grown. Almost 30 years I've lived here. It's gone from 20-something thousand to 200-something thousand, I'm sure. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's up there. And it's got everything you'd want. A place to live. Including the traffic. Giant high school there. Lebanon Trail High School, one of the newer ones. Frisco has 10 or 12 high schools. 10 or 12 high schools. Most of them that size. Good gracious. A lot of people here. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this content, motorcycles and or photography, hit that subscribe button. Click that bell. Like this video and leave me a comment. All of that helps this channel. It's a small channel, but I love sharing with you guys. Love bringing y'all along. Hopefully you see what I see. Gonna get on with my weekend. Time with family. You guys enjoy your time with family, and we'll see you again soon. Until then, my friends, ride safe and God bless.